Hello, I'm Jimmy Noble with the Noble Group, and today we're going to talk about why investors won't buy your home. Guys, I'm not specifically talking about a particular price range. I'm not talking about, just, small investments, properties. I'm talking about properties across the board. And here's why I bring this point up. I find people in all different price ranges, um, they put their feelers out there when they're looking to sell their home, and they're doing their research as I would do if I were scouring the internet, and they run across a lot of people that might say we buy houses, they're investors. I just want to go over, and when I say why investor, when I pose the question or make the statement, I should say, about investors will not buy your home. It's not that they won't buy it. It's that you probably wouldn't want to sell it to them for the price that they can pay. So I'm going to explain how they come up with their price. It's not an arbitrary number that comes from thin air. And I'm going to explain what you can do to sell your home for the top dollar. So for lack of my math skills, when I don't have a calculator in front of me, we're going to use $100,000. So say this is the formula that investors use. It's called 70% ARV. So say every home in the neighborhood consistently sells for $100,000. That means that an investor will look through the neighborhood. They'll come up with that assessment. Okay, we've got 10 sales of $100,000. So the logical conclusion is that we can pay $100,000, or we can sell this house, I should say, for $100,000. That being said, he can't pay $100,000 for it because then there's no spread in it. If the investor buys it for $100,000, who's his end user buyer? He can't raise the price up because it won't appraise. So he makes that assessment from day one. He's got to be pretty accurate on his numbers, or else he could put himself in a bind. So using the comps, every home sells for $100,000. We're going to make that assumption that it's a solid $100,000 deal. Now he's going to pay 70% of the after repair value. So he's going to basically be able to buy the house for $70,000 minus repairs. So assuming that the house, and he's going to go through it and make an estimate, of what he needs to do to the house to get it into that primo condition, the upgraded rehab. You've all seen Flip That House, that updated rehabbed primo, everything's new condition. So if he makes the assumption based on his assessment that he can repair this house for $20,000, he will be able to pay you $50,000, because the $50,000 that he can pay you plus the $20,000 that he's going to put into repairs equals $70,000, which is 70% of his after repair value of $100,000. So if you want to know what happens to that 30%, remember he's going to have carry costs, that he's going to have to pay throughout the time of owning the property before he sells it to the end user buyer who's going to live in it and love the home. So he's got carry costs. He's got fees to get into the deal, recordation and transfer if he's got any type of financing involved. And then he's also going to have to pay his commissions and recordation and transfer fees and closing help on his way out of the deal as well. So he's paying a lot of fees in there. Plus, that 30% also encompasses the investor's profit margins. They're included there. So basically what I'm getting at is when you're putting your feelers out there looking to sell your home, go ahead and definitely talk to them if you want. I'm never going to tell anyone not to get all the information available to them, but know that an investor is using a formula when they come up with what they can offer you on your home, and it's typically not going to be what you'll be able to get on the open market. And you can always do the simple things to increase the value on your home so that you don't have to sell it for a deep discount to an investor. We're here to go over strategies with you to get that top dollar out of your home, so that you don't contemplate selling to an investor, because that's a lot of money to be left on the table, and there are some small things that you can do that are really inexpensive for any house, any price range, that can really help you get that top dollar by appealing to the buyers and looking better than your competition. So give us a call here at the Noble Group, 1-888-205-7773, and always visit us on thenoblegroup.org. Thanks so much and have a great day.